Welcome back, traders. Today we are looking at Cleanspark to begin with. It did such a parabolic move recently. We have this huge gap here from Friday to Monday, and then again today we had a little bit of a gap up from 1026 to 1044, where we opened the day today from Tuesday to Wednesday. Today we went as high as 1126 on Cleanspark. It seems to be following what Bitfarms had done the last few days, where it's just going up by some one point it was up double digits today for Cleanspark, and we are actually making we made a new local high, of course, today, but we also are closing in on filling this gap here at 1193. So I'm thinking the next stop for Cleanspark is probably $12 with this bull flag right here, ending with a breakout to the upside versus a breakdown. I think $12 is on the cards on CleanSpark right now, so that's looking really good. I wish I was in CleanSpark. I'm currently not. I was playing with options when it was down here at $3, $4, and now it's at 11. So look how that goes. It Farms actually is coming off of its top today. You can see it topped out just over $3 and was it 317 in after hours yesterday, and I think it actually touched 320 in pre-market this morning. But anyways, 317. It went over $3 yesterday. That's amazing. This is a huge run up. We went from down here at $1.05. At one point, we were at $1 flat back in November, and it's mid-December now, and that was end of November, wasn't it? November 24th. Now we're looking at December 14th, and yesterday we went over $3. That's a $2 move. That's 200% move from the lows here just a month ago. So that's pretty insane. Um, I have been taking small amounts of profit on my Bitfarms bag as price continues to go up. I think I'm pretty much done doing that right now. I'm going to wait for it to taper back off, get back into this space here in the 240s, 216. I really would like it to come back down to the 216. I'd really love to see it come back down, touch this trend line down here. I'm just having this here as my anticipated move going forward, probably a pretty sharp move to the downside. It just went absolutely parabolic. Like when you say parabolic, this is what that looks like. If we go to the daily, it's just going to be straight up. Yeah, on the daily, it is just straight up. Let's hide those drawings. Just straight up from November 24th, straight line up. And that's it. So parabolic moves like that usually will have some pretty dramatic down moves at some point. Kind of like this one. This one wasn't even parabolic. We came down fast. I mean, but we also have a slightly parabolic move right here where it just kind of bled off. But let's see, yeah, like this. This is what I'm thinking. Something like up, and then like 2 weeks from now we're down here. But we could also bleed off for a month, about 30%. Remember, miners and crypto in general, they peak out around end of January, before the halving, and then leading into the halving, from that end of January until like late March, there's usually a bleed off of 20 to 40%, depending on the asset, depending on the year. COVID was a little stronger than that because the COVID happened and caused it to bleed off a little more than that. It actually went like 50, 60%. But normally it's about that 20 to 40%. Marathon also making local highs here. Again, it went up to $18 today, touched $18. I sold a little bit of Marathon Digital as well today. If you can look here, we're coming to the top of a potentially huge cup. I've been talking about this cup and handle forever. We got kind of like this little mini handle here. Well, first we went here, right? This was it. This little mini handle here. Then it went way up. And then we got this other kind of mini handle here. And then it's going way up again. I want to see a bigger handle. I want to see a handle that comes down back into this box from up here. Now I won't necessarily I'm gonna move this up here. I may not necessarily get what I want here, but what I really want to see, I'm gonna go all the way with that move. What I really want to see is this bleed off for a few months back into this upward channel here around $13. Now it'd be about 13, maybe 1281 now. That's probably where I'd be getting back in after this run up, unless we see just a huge like um bear flag and then a dive like that. Let's see, Hut. If you caught the dip on this on when was this? Yesterday, on Wednesday morning. If you caught this dip down here at 822, congratulations. You did a fantastic trade there. Um, really nice. Now, if we look here, again, this looks a lot like a bowl, a cup, and handle. looks like a lot like a cup and handle. So if we break above this right here, we're probably leading up into, I'd say, yeah, about 10.50, $11. Probably go meet this trend line up here if we do that. This one, that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, we're gonna go up to this green trend line if we break this structure, if we fulfill this structure. If it goes lower than, let's say, what's the midpoint on this bowl? If it goes under there, then we're going back down to the bottom down here. So right now I'm looking at a cup and handle on Hut. Hut did a nice big move today as well. Hut, Mara, Bit Digital, Cleanspark, they all did really well today. Bit Farms, not so much, but I mean, can you blame anyone for taking profit on this massive 200% run? It'd be madness not to, I think. Of course, it's not a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset. That's just what I've been doing. I have been selling into strength here at the $3 range on Bit Farms. And a lot of this happened yesterday because of this. The FOMC meeting, Jerome Powell signaled that the Fed will see 3 rate cuts in 2024, which means they might actually see more than that. And with that, it caused the stock market to do this. Look at this. Let me go to the 15-minute candles, and it did this. This is from another trade. It started here. This is where Jerome Powell said rate cuts, and then took off. Let's look at Bitcoin real quick before I sign off. Let's just look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I mentioned before that Bitcoin in my shorts that Bitcoin completed the head and shoulders I was talking about on the 2 hours. So we have shoulder, head, shoulder. It broke it and then went straight up back into 43, almost 43,500, just like I said it would. So that's great. This here is looking a bit like a little cup handle formation here. It did break that though. Well, you can see, we'll see. I mean, this could be that too. Honestly, we break above this little high right here. I am saying 40, let me see here, 45,000. It's back on the table. If we get above that line there, maybe even 46 to 47,000 if we get above this line here. If we do it dramatically, kind of like this. And also remember what I said in that video, that it wasn't going to be like a slow, short kind of, or a slow move past this line. Once it got there, I said it would just slice right through it, just like it did back here. And what did it do? It sliced right through it all the way back up to the middle of the pack up here. Get a little bit of a flash crash, that's really bullish, that tail right there, how it just came right up. So I'm expecting price probably, it might go above this, which means that the miners I've been selling lately, it's probably a mistake. We'll see. I'm still holding most of them. I've just been selling some. Not a big deal. And if we close, let's say we close under this big boy there, in that case, I'm gonna be thinking that we're gonna come back down, test the 40 again. Maybe even the top of this box here down at 40, right at 40,000 basically. So that's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin right now. The head and shoulders confirmed. We moved up, got stopped out right here, right at the top here, right? And this is resistance now. Got stuck there. And now we're kind of trading in a pattern. Let's see, where are we at? Yeah, well, we're above the 5-day. Trailing the 5-day here. We went straight up through that head and shoulders. 5 crossed over the 20, which is very bullish. We went slightly under the 5. The 5 has been holding support. So the 5-day moving average right now is support. If we break that, it's the 20. 20 is trying to head for a cross up over the 5, and that would be interesting. I don't think I mean, it couldn't. Obviously, that wouldn't work. But we went to the top of the Bollinger Band, and then we went sideways. So we do have room up. Very, very easily we have room up. But also keep an eye to the downside. Our size not overbought, volume's not too crazy. We could easily continue to go up, to be honest. But that's something to keep an eye on. And please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a profitable day.